Hello everyone, thanks for joining me for episode 1 of what is hopefully the only season of Cooking with Corona. Now tonight I'm going to be whipping up a stir fry with these lovely ingredients here in about 20 minutes. So with that, so step 1 is we're going to get the tofu going first, alright, because that's going to take the longest to cook. This whole meal should take approximately 20 minutes. I'm going to set a timer, so we're going to see how well I do. Now, I know people don't really like tofu, and I mean, if you look at it, let's be honest, pretty boring. So, I'm going to show you how to cook tofu, super easy and simple, but also delicious. So all I've done is chopped it up. It's just extra firm tofu, standard. And I've mixed some hoisin sauce and some vegetable oil, and it's about a half a cup of the sauce and about a third of a cup, no, that's a lie, say 2 tablespoons of oil. So I'm going to mix that up, and all I'm going to do is basically get them wet with a bit of the oil and the seasoning on both sides. So it's important to do both sides because you don't want the tofu to stick, obviously. And you want that oil there as well so that the hoisin sauce doesn't just burn, because it is quite a sweet, sugar-rich sauce. So all we're going to do is quickly lather these guys up, and then we're going to chuck them in the oven. So oven just preheated to 375, nice and hot. So they should look something like that. Hopefully your oven looks something like that, and we'll pop those in. All right, now with that, I'm going to set the timer. We're going to go set it for 20 minutes. Okay, tofu's been cooking for about 6 minutes. So we're going to take it out, and what we're going to do is we're going to flip them. So as you can see, they're getting a bit of a coating on them. And you just use a fork, roll them over. And what you should start to see is sort of getting a nice little caramelized crust on them. So we're going to baste them again too, real quick. Just slap a bit on, don't have to be too pretty about it. And what we're going to do, as we keep doing this every 5 minutes, is build up like a bit of a glaze on them. So, those are done back in. Alright, now time to get started with the veggies. So obviously I prepped these ahead of time, but we're going to start with the onion first, into some hot oil. Timer is down to about 11 minutes now as well, so the clock is really on. So, onion, garlic, and some sliced ginger in fairly large chunks because we really want that ginger flavor to come through. All that goes in. Sort of medium heat. We don't want everything to burn, but we do want it to cook pretty quickly here because we don't have a lot of time.
Especially if we croak it.
So, saute those gently for a couple minutes, and then we're going to add the rest of the veg. Alright, so that's been cooking down a little bit. Now it's time to add the rest of the veg. I've got some broccoli, some red peppers, some mushrooms. Add all that in. We're also now going to start adding in a couple of our flavors. So I'm just going to toss that to get it coated with a bit of oil. To that, I'm also going to add, 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. Get a nice rich flavor. You don't have to go overboard. And again, you're just going to toss to coat everything. So at this stage, we're not adding all our seasonings yet. We're going to do that sort of right at the end and make like a nice sauce. But for now, we'll go, 2 minutes. I'm going to put a lid on there. Get out of there. Lid on there, drop a bit of the steam in, cook it faster. Also have your water boiling as well, because we're going to need that real soon. Okay, that's looking good, smelling awesome. Now it's time for the magic. So, soy sauce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 8 or 9 times around the pan. Gonna add some liquid. Now, we're gonna add some of this stuff. Not 100% sure what it is, but it does have MSG in it. It is kind of spicy. I know what you're thinking, oh, MSG. We're only going to use a little bit because it's delicious. And honestly, if you have coronavirus, you have bigger problems. So we're going to chuck that in. Just a bit. Now, nice sambal here. We're going to go heavy on this. You want to use your teeth for this. Really helps contain the coronavirus. Okay, I'm going to use a knife. Big tablespoon of this. Actually, I'm gonna do 3. I want it spicy. Now to temper that heat, I've got probably about a tablespoon. Looks like 2 tablespoons almost of honey. So we're gonna go for sweet, spice, and everything nice. Get that in there. And then lastly, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add all this bok choy that I shredded earlier. Chop that up. And then this might surprise you, a little bit of water. Because we want some liquid in there, we want some steam. Lid's gonna go back on. We'll give that a better stir in a second, but we gotta do our tofu real quick. Okay, tofu out of the oven now. Looking nice and gooey, nice and golden. It's looking great. Go back over, flip them one more time. You can really see that crust almost on the other side now. Go on and get a close look at these bad boys here. So we're going to flip them. And then now we're going to give them a really liberal coating. Lots of the good stuff on here. Beautiful. It's gonna go back in the oven. All right, 2 minutes left. 2-minute noodles. First things first, switch your oven to broil. You're gonna get a real crust on those tofu. Take our instant noodles. 2 of us tonight. Let's go 2. They're just going to go straight in, crank that boiling water. Now, return to your delicious, gorgeous, spicy, sweet stir fry. Look at all that beautiful sauce we've got in there now. And we're just going to stir, incorporate everything, make sure that it gets really nice and coated. And then really, we are almost there. So we just want this to cook. Oh, I'm gonna cheat. Probably gonna add another minute here on my timer. We'll go another 2 minutes. That's gonna continue to cook down. I'm gonna take the lid off. I don't mind if a little bit of this liquid comes out. I'm gonna go check our noodles, make sure they're broken up, stir those up. And now this is a nice important touch. More fresh ginger, a little grater, and we're actually just gonna grate on some fresh ginger too, and that's going to really help kind of pack that ginger flavor into it. And it's always nice when you got some fresh flavors as well as some flavors that have been cooked in. So I don't know, about a big thumb's worth of fresh ginger. We'll leave some more as well so you can add some at the table. So that goes in. Same thing with garlic. Another little clove of garlic. I really love adding fresh garlic at the end because, again, it just sort of gives you that fresh pop of garlic flavor in there, which is delicious. So that's going to go in there too. Another quick stir. Bok choy is looking nice and wilted, but still with a bit of bite. And we're just going to toss that, really making sure that everything gets coated in a delicious, delicious bit of that sauce. All right, that's that. A little bit of black pepper. most importantly as well, you gotta taste. Just want to taste a bit of that sauce towards the end so you can make any final adjustments. Don't cough into the food. Whew. Good bit of heat. Good bit of heat in that. Oh, wow. That is good. Stir those noodles. Timer's going off. It's all happening. I think the noodles need maybe another 30 seconds. Turn the oven off. Now look at those. Now, we got our basic tofu before, and in only 20 minutes, literally 2 ingredients. Those are gonna be sticky, crunchy. They're just gonna add a nice bit of texture as well to the dish. So we're gonna put these aside, and we'll get ready to plate. Okay, looks delicious, but try a little taste. Try and get a bit of everything here. Bit of noodles, bit of that tofu, bit of that beautiful sauce. That's really good. And a satisfying bite from the tofu. Sauce is beautiful, sweet, gingery, spicy. Just a little bit of crunch in the veg, very important. And really in about, alright, it took probably 25 minutes, 27 minutes. You got a delicious stir fry, some delicious ingredients. And so yeah, really hopefully this inspires you to do a little bit more with your time, because we've all got plenty of it as we're trapped indoors. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay full.